For decades, we've sent our calls into the cosmic void, hoping for a response. But what if the greatest threat to humanity wasn't the silence, but the answer itself? Hold your breath. What you are about to see is the terrifying chronology of the most monumental mistake humanity ever made. A flicker, a burst of chaotic noise, the sound of everything and nothing. This was the moment the veil tore, and something looked back. For centuries, we gazed at the stars and asked the universal question, are we truly alone in this boundless expanse? The search for extraterrestrial intelligence defined a generation. The signal arrived, shattering our quiet optimism. And in a desperate, hubristic moment, humanity sent an answer, a message into the dark. The atmosphere in the observatory that night was electric, buzzing with an energy that felt both triumphant and deeply unsettling. They had found it. Proof. Project Orion had been scanning the cosmos for decades. Then, in the quiet depth of space, their receivers locked onto an anomaly originating from the far edge of the Andromeda Galaxy. This wasn't random noise. The signal was a pure, complex series of prime numbers and geometric constants. It was a language, unmistakably engineered, terrifying in its flawless precision. The decision was instantaneous, overriding decades of caution and protocol. A consensus formed. Humanity must reply. But at what cost to the species? We knew the risks. The dark forest theory, the potential for overwhelming technological disparity. Yet the thirst for knowledge and recognition proved too great to resist. The moment of transmission. Billions of watts of power focused into a single, comprehensive package. Humanity's digital introduction sent speeding across the light years toward the unknown entity. The initial excitement faded into a nervous waiting game. The distance was immense. The entity was supposed to answer, but all we heard was the dead quiet of space. Years turned into a decade. The initial fervor was replaced by doubt, funding cuts, and whispered theories. Had they ignored us? Had we insulted them? Or worse, had they simply vanished? Then, one cold morning, it arrived. Not a clear message, but a broken echo. A transmission so distorted, so deeply corrupted, it felt less like a reply and more like a wound. We expected bombs, fire, a physical fleet. We got something far more insidious. The true danger was never in their might, but in their method. Almost immediately, the world began to feel subtly wrong. Not catastrophic, but unstable. Global conflicts flared up for no logical reason. Climate patterns destabilized faster than predicted. Coincidence? We desperately hoped so. The truth was exposed by a junior cryptographer. The return signal wasn't a reply. It was a payload. It didn't offer knowledge. It offered influence, a precise method to gently, systemically dismantle our coherence. Imagine disagreeing with everyone, all the time, not over politics, but over fundamental reality. That was the essence of the corruption. Cognitive dissonance weaponized. Suddenly, shared histories became debated facts. Common sense was deemed radical. The simplest societal interactions became minesweepers of paranoia, fueled by an internal fragmentation we couldn't pinpoint. The horror wasn't being taken over. It was waking up every day slightly less yourself, believing your new, fractured mind was perfectly normal. We were being rewritten from the inside out. The greatest tragedy? The signal embedded itself into our own creations. It became a parasite within the global network we relied on for truth and connection. The subtle code of the alien response now lurked in every internet connection, every mobile phone, every line of automated code. Humanity was broadcasting its own self-destruction, amplified by its own technology.